Hi, it's Dennis and Stephen here at Domaine de Chrome, the home of Eldon Selections here in Burgundy. And quite frankly, we were blown away by your response to our last video, introduction to red Burgundy. So we're here to do the introduction to white Burgundy. This is going out to you, those of you who have been following us assiduously but have not taken the leap yet. And we're trying to get you to take that next step. Burgundywine.com, that's our website URL, and our philosophy is if a producer makes a great Grand Cru or Premier Cru, they're going to make a fantastic village wine or regional wine, and we specialize, if you will, in those hidden gems and those special small producers. So we are here tonight with a selection of a few wines. We won't open them all, but we want to give you a bit of an overview of Chardonnay in Burgundy.
Yeah, and we've opened enough of them for ourselves to enjoy as well. We touched briefly on France and the position of Burgundy and the fact that it was the most northerly point for production of still wine. That's why it's suitable for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, with the two main grapes of the region. And why? Because Burgundy is all about terroir, and these grapes both absorb that terroir, and as the Burgundians say, the grapes help it deliver that flavor to our mouths. So
yeah, there's no question that Chardonnay, you know Chardonnay, and you either love it or you hate it, or you don't really understand it. It's that's a third possibility. In most parts of the world, Chardonnay is grown everywhere, and here in Burgundy we say there's a difference between a vin de cépage and a vin de terroir, meaning if you plant Chardonnay in a place where it doesn't have a good subsoil, or it's grown in too hot a climate, it will produce a banal wine and pretty much standard across the world. What happens then is you put it into a big oak barrel, and people start to think that, oh well, Chardonnay is that taste of Chardonnay is that taste of oak. Here in Burgundy, it's the exact opposite. We start with the terroir, with the soil that the grape is grown in, and you start with, for example, in Chablis, with stainless steel, no oak whatsoever, yeah. And little by little you add the oak to the point where it is,
yeah, or not
absorbed, or not,
yeah. Or not. I mean, a lot of the wines, no oak is added. It's but it's like the seasoning in a dish.
Well, it's Roger Capitan said it's like salt in soup.
Yeah.
You need some, but if you add too much, it ruins it.
So a lot of people that over the years have had a certain style of Chardonnay and they find it too big, or you really need to just rethink it again when you come to this region, I suppose. And so that's one thing, the difference between Burgundy, which some people don't even realize is Chardonnay when they talk about Chablis. They say we like Chablis, but I don't like Chardonnay.
Yeah.
But and that kind of sums up the whole.
Well, and then of course the number of times that people taste this and say that's Chardonnay, I can't believe that. That's just a beautiful expression of fruit.
Yeah, here at this table. Yeah.
So essentially, what we want to do is we're going to give you a quick overview tonight of 3 different Chardonnays, 3 different Burgundies from 3 different areas. And when we opened these up and put them in the glass and smelled them as we were getting ready to turn the camera on, we looked at each other and said, that's unbelievable how different all 3 of these can be. Mm-hmm. So we're starting with the most obvious. If you don't believe in terroir, you gotta try Chablis, because Chardonnay and Chablis is the quintessential combination of grape and soil. This is where you don't need oak. As a matter of fact, it's detrimental in most cases, to the production of Chardonnay. Pure, citric, beautiful acidity, beautiful minerality, clean on the palate.
Yeah.
This is
and it really suits
Domaine
the
d'Ovisa
palate, because that bright minerality that I keep raving on about, and it's there throughout the whole into the finish as well. And just very briefly, I mean, if you do know Chablis well. One of the best tastings we do is we do them here with our guests, 2 wines on the list, which is Côte de Leche and Forcham.
Yeah. Left bank, right bank.
It's a great 2 premier cru.
You can look that up on the YouTube channel on
you've done that tasting.
Yeah, it works really well.
Okay.
But anyway, this fantastic producer, Fabien Dovisat. He's a new kid on the block, and that's another thing that we do here at Eldon is we're on the ground prospecting all the time. Another new one to the wine world is Julien Cruchandeau. And here we're going down into the region just above Nuit Saint-Georges, in the northern part of the Côte d'Or, but up in the hills above. And he's making wines in the Haute Côte de Nuit, and completely different terroir from Chablis, completely different climate situations. As a matter of fact, he's in the avant-garde of a group that think that as we've said before, quality is climbing the hill. You're going up and with as warmer and warmer.
And if you haven't watched the red wine case, I think we tried Cruchandeau on the red. So that's really cool. So we've got the white and the red, and so that's.
But a different
profile.
Yeah, a different profile altogether. It sort of washes over you. It's round. It's sort of like soft fruit, like pears, as opposed to that lemony acidity. It's really kind of ripe and round and fruity. And years ago, you weren't getting that up in the Haute Côte, but now these days, as quality climbs the hill, and a lot of young producers, a lot of new production is going up there, and these are people that are undiscovered. So that's what we do here. Yeah. That's what we do here at Eldon Selections, is we're on the ground.
And with this, we have a particular vineyard, a clos, which is a walled vineyard, and it's a monopole, and which means that the producer owns the whole vineyard. And it's just on the outskirts of that famous kind of region of
Chassagne-Montrachet, Pouligny-Montrachet, Meursault. This is on the fringes of that, but this is a simple Bourgogne, regional Bourgogne, from a named vineyard called the Clos de la Carbonade, and it's also wholly owned. That's a very rare thing for a producer to take a single vineyard on a regional level and put it into the bottle under its own name. There are very few of them in Burgundy, and every time we open a bottle of this, we look at each other and say, great. "Well, we understand."
It's great, and I love the fact that you describe it as, it's still a simple Bourgogne, because that's. But it's a perfect one.
Yeah, we sometimes say a wine drinks way above its appellation, and in Burgundy that can mean a lot of different things. But here we are with a simple regional appellation. If that's not a village wine, sometimes you open a bottle and you think, oh God, that could be a Premier Cru.
So this is the introduction white case. I mean, and it really is introduction to white Burgundy. I mean, everyone knows you don't have to research very much to listen to how people talk about, when you go up in the appellations and maybe in a few years and things like that. But, this is the place to start. You have to get these wines to be able to get the other wines if you want to go there. But if, these wines are...
Got to lay the groundwork. That's what we're here for today. Yeah. We want to get you to take that next step, to try these wines. And I guarantee you that if you like any of our wines, you'll like all of our wines. And it's always 100%. If you don't like it, we'll refund it and take it back.
The cases are available in red, white, and mixed. BurgundyWine.com.
And here we are at Domaine de Cromie, enjoying ourselves, and we hope you're doing the same.
Have a good one.
Cheers.
Thanks, Dan. That was good.